Just working on Army football, working on the fundamentals, trying to improve every day as a team.
I asked Chris the same question. Since today was the first day of classes, put your student hat on. It's not football, all football anymore. Do you like going back to class? Is it fun for you? Were you eager for it?
I was eager to get back to class. The class environment here at West Point is pretty interesting. And as you get older into your junior and senior year, you get to start taking classes that you more enjoy and are more tailored to what you'd like to do in the future. And the class sizes are about 11 to 16 cadets. And you can really get close with your class and you really get to learn a lot.
Are there any particular classes you're about to take that you're pretty excited about? Can you tell us?
Yes, sir. Currently, I'm in 2 classes that I'm really looking forward to, criminology and social inequality. Criminology more so because I'm taking it with about 7 other football players. But sociology is my major, so social inequality is one of those things I'm interested in.
Mm-hmm. Tell me about going back to class, and yet you still got football. So now your days get a little more challenging.
Yes, sir. The days are a little bit longer, but in the summer we kind of have a similar schedule with class in the morning and workouts in the afternoon. So it's not too much different. We're in a different uniform, but we're doing most of the same stuff. It's not too different.
How do you like preseason so far for the team and then for yourself?
So far, I think we're doing a really good job focusing on what really matters, and that's culture and fundamentals. And hopefully we'll continue building our culture and continue working on the fundamentals and sharpening our sword. Looking forward to September 4th.
Mm-hmm. Kenny, you want to chime in?
Yeah, Dean, hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Which offensive line position are you in this year?
I'm currently at right guard.
What have you had to learn to play guard in the option offense? It seems like it's really called upon to do the most blocking of the positions. What are the responsibilities that you see at guard?
For the most part, the biggest responsibilities are playing with low pad level, playing with great hat speed, and playing with great fundamentals. That includes footwork, elbows, playing good with your eyes. It's not a position that takes a lot of natural athleticism or brains. It's just doing your job the best you can do it. So that's one thing about guard that I've learned.
Sure. Now, on Saturday, there were a number of quarterbacks in. I think there were 6 veterans who played and a number of freshmen. What is it like for you to get used to how each quarterback calls the plays, calls the cadence? What do you have to listen for when each new quarterback goes in?
For the most part, Coach Worley and the older guys in that room do a great job of preaching consistency. So at times during practice, 6 or 7 different quarterbacks will get reps during a period, and we won't even really notice a difference because those guys are so consistent and those guys are so even keel and focused on their fundamentals and they're doing their job. So there's not much of a difference between those guys. Really, when they're calling the plays, maybe for our centers, it's a little bit different. Snapping with 6 different guys, that's a little challenging for those guys. But other than that, it's business as usual with every one of those guys.
Very good. How is conditioning for you this year? You're listed at 6'1", 285 in the program. With the heat from the summer training, is it just more challenging to do the strength building to maintain the weight that you want to be at?
It's not too difficult. Just working every day. Coach Hughes does a really good job of preparing us and telling us it's like our job to eat. It's our job to make sure that we make our weight. And whatever we need to do to help the team, that includes nutrition, sleep, weights, running, hydration, you have to do to help the team. Because if you can't play, if you can't be out there, the best ability is availability. So being able to make your weight is a part of our plan and part of our job. So it's not too difficult.
And today was the first day of school, I understand, at West Point, which has tremendous significance to the juniors at the academy and those on the team that they're once they go to class, they're affirming that they're going to take on the challenge of finishing West Point and commissioning as Army officers and serving. What is it like? You've been through it, but what is it like for the juniors that you watched go to class this morning?
I'll be honest. It's a little nerve-wracking. It's a big decision, and guys that have never even thought about leaving or thought about anything, they take a step back and think about how big of a decision and big it is to commit your life to this. And those guys, we congratulate those guys every day today because they did choose to make that decision. And just proud of those guys. And it's an extremely proud moment when they did their affirmation ceremony yesterday. It's an extremely proud moment for those guys. And I'm just proud of them for making that commitment to our country.
Absolutely.
Dean, on that same account, though, I mean, you've been here for now your 4th year. Most of these juniors do move on, do continue on. You're just saying that they take a pause for the most part, because I would imagine by this stage, you better know that you're committed to West Point and the football team.
Absolutely, sir. Maybe I misspoke. It's not necessarily them second guessing themselves. It's just stepping back and realizing the magnitude of their decision. A lot of these guys came here to commit to service, but coming into the class on that first day as a junior, you're realizing that you're actually going to be committing to serving this country for 7 more years. And that's just a big decision. So a lot of guys get emotional and are proud of themselves, but they just step back and look at how monumentous the decision is actually.
So what was it like for you a year ago?
For me, I was just taking it all in, honestly, because I came here to commit to service, and getting that opportunity, I was absolutely ecstatic. And me and my friends, Noah Knapp, Zach Ward, Cam Holloway, we all just kind of sat back and really looked at, wow, we're actually about to do this thing. And it comes by faster than you think. All of us went to prep school together, but it comes by faster than you think, stepping into your first class as a junior. And the responsibility that you're taking on is not one to take lightly. So that's all I have to say about that.
Dean, maybe what part of the Army would you have you looked at for branching, and you'd like to see in your envelope in November for a branch assignment?
I would love to see infantry, sir.
Infantry, okay.
Yes, sir.
Very good. And
Dean,
that's great to hear.
Dean, I wanted to ask you, you said you're playing right guard right now, but I think you were doing backup center last year. What positions have you played on the O-line?
I've played every interior position on the O-line. Coach Davis, I think, beginning of my sophomore year, had me start snapping just to have a skill, just in case something were to happen. But my freshman year, I played right guard. Sophomore year, I played a little bit of both. And then last year, I think I started one game at guard and played a lot against Mercer at center. But anywhere Coach Davis needs me up front, I have the ability to do.
Did you say you also played left guard for a couple, or?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You have a preference?
I do have a preference. Right guard is my preference, definitely.
Why? Why that?
Well, when those bank reps that you get in practice at right guard at one position going one way and in our offense are really important, and it just gets so much easier to play that position when you get those bank reps. So all summer I've been working at right guard, after lifts, everything, right guard, all throughout preseason camp. I was at right guard. So when you go over to the left, you kind of got to knock the rust off a little bit. But being over at right guard, just those bank reps is why I'm more comfortable.
Are you still practicing some center snaps or no?
Yes, sir. Occasionally,
Okay.
occasionally I'll go over with center quarterback and during the beginning of practice and get snaps. And work with those guys. And wherever Coach T and Coach Davis see fit to get me some reps at center, that's what they'll do. So,
yep.
Hey, Dean, just to ask you, in Army in the option, you run about 85% of the time conservatively. What happens when you hear the play call and it means you're going to drop back to protect against pass, set up a pocket? How does that change your thought about what you're going to do on that play?
It changes just slightly. When Coach Davis dials up a pass play, all I can think is protect your butt off. Protect. Because usually when Coach Davis calls a pass, it's for a reason, and those usually go for big ones. But I have the same process for every single snap I take. Line up, get my eyes in the right space, play fast, and finish the rep. So just committed to doing that on every single rep, regardless of its pass or run. But we do get a little excited with those pass plays, depending on what we're seeing from defenses, because those ones are usually big ones.
And do you have particular goals for the season? Obviously, you want to get off to a good start this year, but do you set up goals for yourself going into the year?
Yes, sir, I do. My number one goal is to maximize myself. Like you said, I'm 6'1", 290 pounds. Probably not the most talented guy, but just maximizing the ability that God has given me. And my second goal is to maximize my unit. So making sure everybody's locked in, everybody's ready to go, and try to maximize our unit, because I truly believe I don't know if they can hear me. Okay. I truly believe if we can maximize our unit, we'll set the tone for the team, and everybody will come along.
And speaking of that, last year, so many plays went to the right side, and Coach Davis would overstack the right side, and you guys had so much success. What's it like when you guys, add some more beef on the right side and you guys execute?
It's a great feeling, and every year is different, and every player has his strengths and weaknesses. And Coach Davis does a great job calling plays to our strengths, player by player. But when they call our number on the play side, we do get a little excited, especially when we get that tackle over. It's always a great feeling to know that Coach Davis trusts us to make big plays, just like Air Force and all those big games where we go tackle over and we get in kind of a rhythm. It's just really good.